everyone. Happy Monday. How is everybody? Can you even believe it's September 15th? Holy cow, we're halfway through September. We're stepping into fall, and guess what we get to talk about today? You got it. Fall is all about building your immune system of your future self. So that's what I'm going to talk about today so that you can enter fall strong. If you're online with me today, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you need support and help. And I'm just so grateful to be here and support each and every one of you on Monday. Hopefully you had an amazing weekend. And if you got off track for your goals, then now's the time to get back on track, right? It's not always start Monday, but it's continuing to go. And that's what I want to talk about when we actually start talking about immunity over the next month, through the next month, right? Because the thing is that we build our immune systems every day, and how we treat our bodies every day is super important. So let's take a moment, because I know Mondays are super busy, as I've already had a few meetings before I jump on with you. And opening your energy right now, I want to call you into your future self. So go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. And imagine we're ending September. The air is crisp all around you. You're waking up with massive energy. You're walking into every single meeting, every single friend and family gathering, dinners, and you're feeling steady and calm in your body. You feel light and joy, fully alive, energetic, and you're not wondering if that first cough you hear will knock you out. You know that you've been showing up for yourself, and you know that your body is strong. It's adaptable, and it's ready, and your immune system is strong. How does it feel for you to picture yourself this way? Healthy, free, confident, energetic, light. You guys, this is not a fantasy. This is the version of you who you get to build every day, and who I'm going to teach you to begin building today. If you haven't already started, drop a 1 in the chat if you get it. Let me know if that makes so much sense to you. Why is fall? Why is it such a critical immune system season? Because leaders aren't going to wait for cold to force them into rest. Leaders prepare their bodies to thrive, and that's why you're here. Here's some quick science. Shorter days give us lower vitamin D and melatonin, which weakens our immune signaling. Cooler temps, your body is being challenged with circulation, stress, and nervous system, because the seasons are changing. It's a little bit darker out there. There's deadlines, there's back to school, there's things that you didn't begin in the beginning of the year, and now you're in Q4, and you get to hit your goals and your targets because maybe life just happened. Well, that elevated cortisol and that can drain your white blood cells. And you're like, well, Dr. Donnie, what are my white blood cells? Your white blood cells are what fight off infection in a general note. Your monocytes, your neutrophils, your lymphocytes. So when you honor the season, you're telling your body that you are the kind of person who stays ahead and not behind, right? Because you're going to fuel your body continually through the fall as a leader. Your foods are who you are, your identity. And your identity is, I am healthy, my immune system's healthy, and I'm not going to worry about if a sickness comes my way because I've been prone to get sick. I'm not going to worry, right? because you would have built yourself to be healthy. Drop yes in the chat if you understand it. Let me know. Yeah. Makes so much sense, right? So it's these daily pieces that we put into our life. So you also want to introduce foods that not just as nutrients, but daily declarations that will help you keep your immune system strong. And I always say that food is 100% the pillar of your wellness. So you want to think about proteins and zinc builders. What are those? It's like wild salmon, grass-fed beef, even pumpkin seeds, lentils, because every bite of protein signals your body, I build, I repair, and I'm resilient. You need that protein for your health. And then I also think of vitamin C and bioflavonoids like citrus and kiwi, pomegranates, red peppers. Those bright colors are your flavonoids. And they remind you to stay vibrant and visible, right? You can also think of blueberries and raspberries and cherries. Like anything bright and colorful are going to be really strong, right, as flavonoids. And you need those for your body. Then I also think about gut health, because those of you that have listened to me in the past, what is the most powerful thing that we need for immunity? We need to have a healthy gut. And so by having a healthy gut, we're eating prebiotic and probiotic foods. And so some of those that I think of would be like fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, or miso, pickles, pickled beets, right? Because remember, your gut is the command center of 80% of your immune power in your immune system. So your gut gets to be healthy in order for you to have a healthy immunity. If you're under high stress and you're living in that cortisol drive as a leader, you're going to soon burn yourself out, because when you're in that stress, you're not digesting very well. You're almost shunting your digestion off to go to stress, because your body's busy doing all that thing, really like running away, getting things done, and it can't digest and rest appropriately to actually build your immune system in your gut. So you want to keep your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest, and be in check with that to keep your gut healthy. And then I'm always thinking about eating in the season I'm in. That is so needed in our world, because we get used to just going out and buying whatever we need in the grocery store. So when I think of seasonal foods here, I think of like roots and squash vegetables like sweet potato, carrots, beets. I even think of onions and garlic. These grounding foods anchor you as your daylight begins to shift. Ask yourself, which of these foods feel exciting that I can bring into my meals this week? And they also have great color, like the orange color. And then when you add like rosemary and thyme and different herbs, it's immune supportive as well, and you're getting those grounded foods. Does that make sense? So it's all about eating warming foods as the days get shorter and they get a little bit cooler. I mean, even if you're in a warmer area, you get cooler. So I also think of like what I call herbal allies and nutrients. Like these are nature's confidence boost. So as you're thriving as a human, there's so many amazing herbs. You don't have to go reach to the medicine in the pharmacy, right? Think about like herbs like elderberry and astragalus. They are daily tonics for your natural killer cell activity, which will help boost your immunity and fight off infections coming your way. Hence, natural killer cell, right? I also think of mushrooms like reishi, shiitake, maitake. They've got beta glucans in it, and those are good for whole body resilience. Okay, so eating mushrooms, like I made an amazing mushroom soup yesterday so that I would have it this week to keep my immune system strong. And I also added like garlic and onions and miso in it. And so those are all some of the pieces that we just talked about that are immune supportive. And I also added rosemary and thyme. So this is something that I will eat for lunch this week to keep my immune system strong, along with my salad and some protein. Echinacea, short bursts during high exposure are really, really good for the immunity. And then D, you don't want to have D alone. The research is out. You want to have D3 plus K2. That is immune signaling and also bone protection. And then quercetin and vitamin C, these are natural mast cell stabilizers. So I'm going to ask you to take action. Which of these ally calls to you? Imagine that your morning is starting with a nourishing tea that whispers, I am strong today. Because the key is to get you resilient so that you don't have to worry about sickness, so that you can't show up for the family dinner. You can't go out with friends for like a cup of tea or coffee or something because you're feeling under the weather and you just have all the energy that you can get through the day. That's not living and freedom. So this is why I'm teaching you these pieces, because they're super easy to pick one of these habits and move forward. So here are some daily rituals that we can talk about. And these are not chores, they're identity practices that anchor you in the person that you're becoming. Every morning, it's 11:11, make a wish. Every morning, sunlight, do 10 minutes of early light to reset your circadian rhythm. Don't wear your sunglasses. Get outside, reset your circadian rhythm first thing in the morning. This is going to help you boost your vitamin D, and it's really going to set the tone for the day. I do it every morning. And even if the sun's not out, I still get outside first thing in the morning with my pup and I walk around with my bare feet and ground until I probably can. I mean, I can in the snow, but you know, it's a little chilly, but we got through, right? Then think about hydration and some of the herbal teas that I talked about earlier. One of the ones that I love sharing with my patients is ginger and lemon or holy basil to actually keep your lymph moving. And, you know, you guys, all of these teas are actually in the grocery store now. They never used to be like at your natural health food store or, you know, a local health food store of some sort. They're going to have your herbal teas, or you can find them online now. So, which is great. Make sure you always get organic. You want to also keep your movement going for lymph flow. So like a brisk walk, you know, rebounding, jumping on a rebounder, or even gentle weights will keep your body flowing. My number one favorite, which is super easy for you to do, make the time to get to bed early and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. I cannot tell you that sleep is so important, and it's going to keep you energized. And as you sleep, you heal. If you're struggling sleeping, think about looking at some nervine teas like passion flower tea. Or think about magnesium glycinate that relaxes the mind and the body for you to sleep. Again, I am not prescribing here. Please check with your practitioner. I'm merely giving you information that can be supportive for you. And 5 minutes of barefoot walk to discharge your stress hormones. This is a connection to nature. This is so important to do every morning to get you grounded and step into nature. And my friends, if you are ready to make these rituals stick and you want to get in the rooms and in a community of other individuals that actually are doing this, Pocket Doc is your daily guide. And if it's for you, great. I'm inviting you. I love doing it. I love my clients that show up for it. Each week, I'm dropping fresh audios and handouts and recipes and even printable checklists to get you to stay on top of your game. This week, I even created a fall immune reset plan that they can print out and utilize and look at so that they're not guessing what to eat, what herbs to use, or how they need to track their progress, right? So it's been so much fun, and I get so many comments, and you have your own community that you can step into and ask questions. It's actually like having me in your pocket on a daily basis. I dropped the link in the chat, joinpocketdoc.com. I can drop it in the chat as well. It's running across, and it's so much fun for me to build this program. And it's like we are getting so much great feedback, and like having me in your pocket to keep you consistent and accountable throughout your life and as seasons change. And you know what the beautiful thing is? So many of the clients will message me and be like, Dr. Donahue, could you go over this? Because this is where I feel like I need leverage and I need support. So Pocket Doc is not just for the person who says, I'm not going to get sick. It is for the person that says, I am not waiting for sickness to tell me how to live. I am building resilience every single day. That are the individuals that are in Pocket Doc that know that they want to keep themselves healthy. They want to be anti-aging. They want to keep their hormones balanced. When you leave today, you're not just walking away with a list of food and herbs. Everything that we went through, you're actually walking away with a new story that you get to tell yourself. And this is what it is. I am healthy. I am strong. I am rested. And I move through this season with freedom. That person you get to be starting right this moment during this live. And I want you to ask yourself and share it in the chat if you feel comfortable. Those that are live, or if you're watching this on replay, drop it in the chat. What is the first action that your future healthy self is going to start taking today, tonight, or even tomorrow morning? What is that? Drop it in the chat and let me know. Awesome. Yeah. Protein. Morning exercise. Perfect. You guys are getting it. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult. It gets to be easy. So remember that every choice you make, every meal, every breath of morning air is a vote for the person that you are becoming. You're not waiting for immunity, you guys. You are building it every day, one powered decision at a time. The empowerment is with you, knowing who you are and how your body is speaking to me and you, right? Listen to your body. It gives you signals every day. And if you need extra support, I invite you, and I can't wait to show up for you, to join me inside Pocket Doc. If you are ready for the tools and the guidance and the community to keep this momentum going alive all season long, and as we step into the holidays, right? Ask about specific foods and herbs and rituals. And remember that each of these practices that I shared to you, it's not just a pill. It's not just a supplement. It is a declaration of who you get to become in the meantime. And this, my friends, is what keeps you healthy moment after moment, day after day, so that you can show up for yourself and live the life that you get to live every single day. I am so blessed that you're here with me today. And if you're listening to this on replay, press like, reach out to us, ask us how we can support you. Let us know, because I am here to support each and every one of you. And I hope you have an amazing day ahead. I'm sending prayers and blessings and so much love. And I can't wait to see you at the end of the week. Have an amazing day. Bye, guys.